Alright guys, we've got a nice breezy night. It's kind of actually cool out here. So I'll get down here and do something fun, like flex plate. So maybe I can get her done tonight. Turn on these lights, let them warm up, and we'll go get the flex plate and get my jack and some stands, and we'll make it happen. Let's do it. Alright, so just showing you here, probably the reason why, well, and the reason why I have one code is because the wires are all burnt off that thing. So I don't know, it looks like it just got smoking hot somehow, or I don't know, something happened to it, but anyways, burned them off. And look, might have been probably rubbing on here for a while and then finally just shredded them. We got caught right there. And then interestingly enough, checked out this deal here, just like looking it over, just checking it out, getting ready to drop it, but it said on the paperwork that came with the flex plate that potential causes for cracking could be missing a dowel. So we're missing the left side dowel on the transmission. So I will, once I get this out and get the flex plate on, we'll see what time it is tonight. I'll go pop the one out of the K20, put it in here, and it's like, dude, what the hell? So I don't know why they would put it in without a dowel. There's a dowel over here, I think, but this one is missing. I can put my finger right through the hole. So yeah, another reason. Anyways, but it's pretty clean down here though, for the most part. So I'm wondering though, I don't think I gotta drop the Y pipe right now. I just gotta pull it back. Hopefully I got enough room. I don't know. How far do I got? I don't want to pull it back that far. Well, I have to get my ratchet in there. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to drop the Y pipe. Dang it. Alright, I better get them soaking with some WD. So, this thing right here, I didn't even tighten down. Look at it. It's all freaking loose. Anyways, alright, let's get busy. I figured it looked like just to drop this cover here, then I was gonna have to take the driver's side intermediate pipe off, so, or wide pipe, what do you want to call it, but anyways, so I decided that I was just going to take both of them off, and then I'll hit those manifold bolts with some WD, let them soak overnight, and then well, actually they're going to soak for a couple days because tomorrow I've got to get my K10 ready for a run, and then Saturday night I'm going on a run, so I probably won't touch it until, I don't know, I might maybe sneak out here Saturday, but I doubt it if I'm going on a run. Probably not. So probably Sunday night if I can get out here. If not, it'll be like Monday. But it wasn't too rough. All of them broke loose. There was a couple of them that were loose. One of them I ended up heating up with my freaking paint stripper gun. I got it nice and hot, and really super hot to where it was like smoking hot, and then I hit it with some more WD, and then popped it off. I thought it broke, but it came off. So maybe having this stuff, you know, maybe it came off recently when they did the engine, who knows. And then, so nothing down here is like a greasy mess, which is pretty nice. I mean, a truck with 300,000, it looks like, you know, they used to have some kind of leak or something going on here. So maybe, you know, maybe that old engine was a leaker. It was a leaker. And then, like I said, this deal was loose, so that pipe just slid right out. So whoever did it, they didn't do a very good job tightening stuff up. So anyhow, alright guys, another night on the sucker, and I was supposed to be prepping the K10 for a trail ride tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow night, but I got a mother-in-law thing that popped up, so you know how those things go. So instead of wasting the night and not doing anything, let's do a little work on this sucker right here. So I don't know what kind of wood is on the back of here, but man, it's been raining all day. It smells really good. So obviously you can tell, I don't know if maybe the spacing wasn't right with these, maybe the wood was dry when they put them on, but that middle one definitely is swollen. It was like that when I bought it, so who knows. This stuff here, it's like some kind of tongue and groove stuff. I think I'm just going to get straight boards and just leave a little bit of space between them so that they can expand and contract. One problem I'm going to have with this thing, and I know I got to get busy with some other stuff and I get sidetracked, but there is like, so there's a row here, 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 and is there any up here? I don't imagine probably, but so it's like, oh yeah, a row here. So it's like everywhere where there's like a beam, there's frickin' screws. So hopefully I can blast these good enough with my pressure washer. That way I can actually get them with, you know, a frickin' screwdriver or, you know, a drill or something, so I can get them out. I don't have to soak them with some WD. But even if I break the heads off, that's fine. But just be a pain. I might have to just get in with my grinder and just frickin' cut them off. So anyways, that's all. Let's get busy on this sucker. Hey, like I said, the goal for tonight is to pull the trans back, get the flex plate installed, and then I'm missing the alignment dowel pin on the left side of the driver's side of the engine, so I'm gonna have to run up to the dealership tomorrow and grab one. I tried to get one out of the engine, and that's in the K20, but it wouldn't come out, and I ended up messing it up. So I'm gonna have to go get two of them and replace that one too. So yeah, tomorrow we'll take a cruise up there, and then I don't know. I was gonna try, since it rained today, it might be cooler tomorrow. So I was thinking about maybe trying to go to the wrecking yard and see if I can get a hood and a grill. So depend on let's see how the day goes tomorrow. Maybe we'll take a ride out to the wrecking yard. So anyways, I'm gonna get started, see how far we get tonight. Alright guys, well, I'm wrapping up here for tonight, so I didn't get a whole lot done. I got all my stuff out here, and I went to take the frickin' starter bolts out and my frickin' old school snap-on 1/2-inch ratchet that weighs probably 2 pounds. I was just unbolting it and turning it around, just slipped and freaking got me right in the fucking head. And you can see the freaking drops of blood. So I had to go in and freaking clean it up, and that was a pain in the ass. But so I had to wait a while and make sure I was okay. And I think I'm okay. So yeah, so those two top bolts are out, the very top one, and then the like the, I don't know, what would you say, the like 11 o'clock, 10, 11 o'clock bolts out. So I got these two side ones over here, that one over there. Like I said, it is missing an alignment dowel pin on the left side here. And yeah, that flywheel, or the flex plate, is broken to crap. I know you can't see it now, but in the morning you can. But check this out. Alright, can you see? Here, let me see. Hold it so you can frickin' see here. Ready? Oh yeah, oh yeah. You don't think you think she's broken? That's crazy. Yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, we're broken. Anyways. So yeah, I got all the bolts loose on here. So in the morning, all I really got to do is come out here, get my jack and everything up underneath the trans, and pull it away. Then I can replace that. One of the bolts for the converter, the last few threads were looking pretty gnarly. So it seemed, I don't know, it seemed like it threaded in okay, but it wasn't really tight. So I don't know if they didn't tighten it down or what. But I mean, most of the threads on the bolt looked okay. It was just the end one. So maybe they like cross-threaded it, putting it in, and then they backed it out and put it in straight. So I don't know. I'll go to Chevy tomorrow. I may buy some new bolts for it. That kit came with new bolts for the flywheel. I guess I'll just use them, or the flex plate. But I don't know. I like using GM bolts. Maybe I'll get some GM bolts while I'm there tomorrow. I actually, you know what I really like are the ARPs, so maybe I don't know, I want to get this thing back together, so I might just get some dealership ones. They should be strong enough. I've never seen those bolts break. I just like the I don't know, I just like the ARP ones. But well, that's it. I'm talking your ear off. So yeah, so other than busting myself in the head and waiting for that stupid crap to stop bleeding, didn't get a whole lot done, but we're making progress. And you know what I mean, if it don't feel like work, you know you're doing the right thing. So just come out here and crank for a while and get things ready, and then tomorrow we'll drop it out. No big rush, you know, no big rush. But I'd imagine that this could could potentially cause a little bit of a vibration. That's crazy. Let's see. Let's see what we see. Let's see what we see. Let's see what we see here. I mean, because technically it probably shouldn't be moving like that, right? I don't know if you can see up in there, but it's pretty bad. I think the whole middle is just freaking busted out entirely. Yeah, and it was really weird. Like, I've heard people describe it, and it was the same way with this. It was like, it would make noise until you put it under load, and then like the noise would go away. So it's really weird. So if you have this problem in the future, and so like, I know True Dead Man was saying, you know, about, and it could still be like this converter ballooning, but missing that alignment pin could cause that too, you know what I mean? So I do want to get a nice yank converter, but until then I'll roll with the stalker. Hopefully that's the stalker. It looks like it's not painted or anything, so it probably is. So another problem that I'm seeing down here is the frickin', this is missing a bolt. Look at this bolt. Frickin' bolt ain't even tight. Look at that. This thing's just been moving all over the frickin' place. I mean, come on now. So definitely, you know, missing that alignment pin, this stuff being loose. I mean, this tranny was all over the place. I mean, thank God the freaking case isn't busted on it. And I mean, I'll inspect it and make sure it's not. But I mean, damn, this sucker was. Look at the mount. It's freaking tore back. So I'm going to have to get one of these. Hopefully we'll have one at O'Reilly tomorrow. Let's see over here. How's that look? I don't know. I don't see any like cracks or anything in it, but I'll inspect it more when I get it out. But it's like, damn. So I mean, even if this is stripped out, what I'm gonna end up doing is I'll just put just a nut and a bolt through it. At least it'll, you know, make sure both sides are tight and get a new mount and call her good. All right, so I'm gonna pull these. I got all the bolts out except for these, the two on either side. So I got a block of wood on a jack stand up underneath the engine, and then I got this Harbor Freight dealio. And I don't like using this under transmissions that have transfer cases on them, but for a regular transmission it should do okay, since it pretty much supports right underneath the transmission, and I got a little strap around it, so hopefully she don't fall off. These things weigh like 275 pounds, so I wouldn't want to be wrestling with that, especially under this big ass truck, since I have like no room. I don't even think I could get this transmission out of here if I had to slide it out. I don't know, it might be tough. I guess I could figure out some kind of way. Anyways, I'm talking your ear off. I'm gonna get busy. Alright guys, this is what we got going on. This is what I ended up pulling out of here. I didn't do much recording just because it was kind of tight, and I don't know, I was just tired and wanted to get some stuff done the other night. But anyhow, you can see that sucker's just busted to hell. It's crazy. And yeah, so I guess, and I didn't really know this because I never really worked on the trucks that much, but the old flywheel has a spacer with the flywheel. This is it here. I don't know, I guess the easiest way for me to get it out, and I guess the way it's designed, you just run some bolts through it and it pushes it away. I did not know that, but anyway, so I put the new spacer, a new flex plate up in there, tighten her all down, snug. I also put a new alignment dowel pin that was missing on the driver's side. I put that in. And then I wrangled the frickin' transmission back up in there, so I've got the 4 bolts. And then I also realized, and I'm not sure if I told you guys, but I think I did, but the transmission mount was busted, obviously, but it only had 1 bolt in it, and it was loose. So I'm gonna dig up some good bolts and get them up in there and snug them all down. So yeah, so the plan for tonight is to basically just put all this transmission stuff back together, tighten down my drive line, put it back in, and then pull the plugs out, pull the manifolds off, and get to trying to extract the bolts out of the head. So that ought to be a nice fun chore for us tonight. So let's see what we can get into. Alright guys, I got all the transmission stuff wrapped up. Only thing I really got to do is hook up the drive line and stuff. I want to move on to these manifolds. So pulled this side off. The one in the back is like, it's like not even really flush. It's in there just a tiny bit, maybe like a 1/16 of an inch. So maybe I can get a bolt up to it, and maybe I can try to weld it, or maybe I can just try like an easy out or something. I might try an easy out first before I do the welding thing. I mean, it don't really matter, I guess, but all of them were pretty easy to turn. So on this side, they were all good. Came out nice and easy. I mean, I soaked them all with WD like a couple days ago, so I don't know if that helped or not. But then this one here is sticking out far enough. I put a set of some vice grips on it, and it turned. So I'm gonna just bust out my channel locks and just thread it out real quick. All right, so it's the next day, and the goal, task for today is to extract that back exhaust manifold bolt, which is I don't know, almost flush. It's up in there a little bit. So I think since I don't have a lot of room there to like drill or do anything like that, I think what I'm gonna do, and all these bolts came out fairly easy. The one that was broken off on the passenger side, I was able to just grab it with a pair of vice grips and get it turning, so it's pretty easy. So I'm thinking this one is probably not going to be so rough. So I think what I'm going to end up doing, I'm going to grab it like a 3/8 nut. I'm going to hold it up there with a pair of vice grips, and then I'm going to blast it with a welder, and and hopefully I can get enough on the nut and then connect it to the bolt that's stuck up in the head. And so if I can get enough on it, that'll be good, and good enough probably just to get it out, because I really don't think that there's much actually like it's not like stuck in there, I don't think, you know, because the other ones weren't. So if this one is, then that would be crazy. But yeah, so that's the plan for tonight. So if I can get this out relatively easily, we can move on to something else, probably the seats. I'll probably move on to transferring the seats over. We can get it in the garage and work in there a little bit. But yeah, so I'm kind of tired of working on the engine and transmission on this thing. Like I said, the transmission is buttoned up. All I really got to do is hook up my drive line, and I'll just double check everything. So that is all. Let's get into this sucker. I'll get the camera down there, and these videos, I've been like having slow progress, really. Like I've got out here, then I worked for a little while, and then wrapped it up, and then Saturday night I went on a trail ride, and then it turned out to be frickin' we started at 7 p.m. I didn't walk back into my door at the house until 6 a.m. because frickin' we had some breakage on the trail and stuff like that. So it was crazy, but so it kind of wiped out my whole weekend. And then what was it, on Friday night I dropped a frickin' ratchet on my head and busted my head open. So that sucked. Anyway, so I'm talking your ear off. So let's get going here. See what we can get into. See if we can get this bolt out of here. See if I can get in there with a welder or something. I don't know. I can get through from the bottom. I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right. So I got the fender well out here, and so I got pretty good. I think I can hit that with the welder pretty decent from this angle. It'd be tough to drill that. You know what I mean? So I think if I just welded a nut on it, that'd be good to go. So now that I can actually see it, so can you see it there? Bit for you here. Let's see. Yeah, so there it is there. So I'm just gonna get my wire brush. Just gonna clean up the head of it a little bit, or you know, wherever the outside is, and then hopefully I can get enough bite on it, we can get it out. So let's go get the welder now, and we'll figure it out. Alright guys, I can't believe this crazy ass shit worked right here. So, she's out. And so anyways, I tried to, what I did is I like added to it a little bit to build it out. And then I tried a couple of nuts on it and the nuts just wouldn't do it. And so I think, I don't know, I watched a couple videos. I watched Mossman, and then I watched, I don't know, like Sloppy Mechanics and the way that they extracted them, and they both did kind of the welder way. But, yeah, shit, that worked. So that's kind of cool. So then I was like, alright, I'm just going to weld the nut to it, or weld the, you know, this other bolt to it. And then when I was pulling it out, I was like grabbing it right here, like at the weld. I'll show you. Oh. Well, crap, man, that frickin', I can't believe I got that sucker out. So hopefully I didn't get any slag down up in the valve, as I welded it first without the thing in there, but most of the shit drops down, so it's probably fine. But yeah, so then what I did is I welded this sucker up, and I didn't know if it was going to be strong enough, because you can see there, I mean, it's like, it ain't. Here. See, will it get it? Yeah, I mean, it ain't the best. So I was grabbing it with my vice grips like right here, like, and then I would turn just a little bit and turn. And so when I did it with the nuts on it, I didn't, you know, spray it with WD or anything. And so what I figured out this time, and what I typically do when I'm getting extracting a bolt, is I'll heat it up, in which it was pretty warm from welding it, but I got my Super Stripper 1500 out and I heated up the area, and then I hit it with the WD. And so I think what that does is it gets hot and then it'll like suck it in a little bit. I'm really not sure, but anyways, it got in and it started just going, and I thought it was going, and then it just kept going, and then I got it loose enough to where I could just put my little ratchet wrench on here and boop, 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 got it right out. So hell to the yeah. Alright, so I don't know what I'm gonna do, what time it is, man. I thought I was gonna get this done quick and then we could do something else. Let's see, what time is it? Shiznit. Alright, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll just go in and make you guys a video and get this video up, and then tomorrow we can get all this stuff back together, I guess. I still need to, I'm gonna get a little gasket for the exhaust. It's got like one of them like composite gaskets on it, so I don't know what the hell, I'll figure something out there. So but anyways, so that's it. I appreciate you guys rolling with me, so I'll get you this video. And man, I screwed with that sucker for freaking like 2 hours tonight, but we got it. I don't know, I didn't see any way to like get a drill in there. I mean, I guess I could have got maybe a 90 in there, but that still would have been tough. So hell yeah. Alright, that's it. My Lincoln Well Tac 100 for the win. And that's it.